Hey guys, thanks for tuning back into the Toy Lounge, and in this video we're going to be doing another Jurassic Clash unboxing video review. And as you can see, this is another deluxe size of this Jurassic Clash wave. Same type of packaging as the Mammoth that we've previously looked at. Taking a look at the back. Looking at the images at the back, I believe we would have completed our review of all the deluxe dinos in this wave. After this video, definitely. What we have in this packaging is the liopleurodon. I believe that's how you pronounce it, liopleurodon. If I'm wrong, please correct me in the comments below, but that's how I believe it's pronounced. Looking like a prehistoric underwater creature. Also comes with a figure looking like the villain. The enormous read-up that I'll pause, or you can pause and have a read if you like. Very interesting looking toy. Let's not waste any time. Let's open this guy up. And here we have the liopleurodon outside of its box. And once again, I have to say, very impressed with what we get in this toy line. And please excuse the sound of crickets. If you can hear crickets outside, I have an infestation of crickets outside my studio here where I'm recording. Sometimes they get extremely loud. I don't know if you can notice it, but please excuse that. We'll do our best to get through this video review. Moving on, the liopleurodon here comes with another Leonard core figure who goes by the name of Impact from memory. I had a quick look at the Leonard Core HQ website earlier on, and Impact apparently has an issue with injecting too much nanotechnology, and as a side effect his skin has begun to decompose, so he has special armor or clothing to protect him from sunlight, as he's become very sensitive to sunlight, and of course is very dependent on the nanotechnology injections. But on the upside, it increases his strength. So if you're willing to sacrifice going out and enjoying yourself in the sun and having a decomposing skin in exchange for super strength, then nanotechnology is the way to go. Keep injecting that stuff. Otherwise, stay well clear from it. As I said before, one of the newer articulated figures from Leonard Core comes with a pistol that fits into his holster, nice and comfy. And what I what I first thought would be a sword of some sort, because he actually has well, to me he seems to have kind of like a ninja look, so I thought it may be some kind of ninja sword tucked away, but it looks to be what I believe is some kind of electric prodding device, which works underwater as well. Maybe uses it to prod his beast to move on, possibly. That fits into the rear like so, very easily. Articulation is all the same, although his head doesn't move up and down, mostly side to side. Just give you a closer look of his face sculpt or his mask. Get that to focus a bit more. Detail look on the back. Overall, a decent looking figure. You may also want to army build Impact. Being a masked figure. That's entirely up to you. But articulation all in all the same as the previous figures. Some minor paint, not much paint. You've got the red on the face plate and some red on the belt straps. Looks like to be the same red as on the face. The black painted strap across his waist. And as you can see, it doesn't go all the way around to the back, so they haven't really painted the back. Also some painted shoulder pads. And he's also painted on the boots, but overall he's mostly grey plastic. But yeah, it's good enough. We'll just place Impact to the side and have a look at the main feature in this packaging, which is this liopleurodon. I may need to do some research as to the accuracy of the scale with this creature compared to a human. I don't know how accurate that is. But this is more of like a fantasy toy line. Doesn't really have to be that accurate. But my guess is the liopleurodon would have been much larger than what we get here. Or it could be just a adolescent liopleurodon, we don't know. have a closer look at the face and that beautiful smile. I like the colours chosen for this. The very light purple tongue and the darker purple around the mouth area, and the overall light blue of the rest of the figure. It's very nice looking colours all the way around. His faceplate does come off very easily. You just simply remove it. And as you can see, his jaws open and shut. So that's very nice to have. Have a closer look at those grimacing teeth. That handsome smile. His saddle is a lot different to what we've got in the previous waves, or previous line. Or previous toys in the line, rather. And some of you have mentioned that I don't show these saddles come off, so let's do this right now. Well, this one came off quite easily. So there we have a look at our liopleurodon. More of an untamed beast now, in the wild. Very nice looking toy. This would have been a very fast, streamlined, quick moving predator. Give you a look at the belly. Very crocodile-like. They've got the nice detail there as well, with all the scales on the belly all the way down to the tail. Just noticed some glue at the bottom there. There we go. We'll just clean this figure up as we go. Looking at the rear of the tail, you have this cut like a joint, and one would almost think that the original intention was to have this tail articulated, and for whatever reason, cost reasons or whatever, they decided not to go ahead with it. But if you notice, that cut goes all the way around the tail. But I can assure you there is no articulation there. It does not move at all. So if you see this in the package and you think there may be some articulation, because it does look like a separate joint, it isn't. The one and only articulation you have here is with the bottom jaw. And even if you look at the top part of the neck, you would think that there's some articulation there, but unfortunately that's not the case. So it could be due to cost reasons, or whether it was practical or not to have that articulation. They've decided not to go ahead with it. And to me, I don't think it's much of a big deal. It doesn't really take away much from the figure. I don't think I'd be moving that tail around too much anyway. Give you a close look at the scales, the details on the top there. All those fins. Very fishy tail there at the end. Very impressive. Overall, I'm very impressed with this line. I've so far enjoyed every single figure in the line, every single dinosaur or prehistoric animal. They've all looked great. And I'd also like to mention that this is a lot lighter than the other larger beasts that have come in this wave. Definitely lighter than the mammoth and the triceratops. Just like to point that out. Seems a lot more hollow than the others. I don't know why that may be, but it doesn't seem like a cheaper plastic. It's lighter. It's definitely lighter. Now I've gone ahead and placed the accessories back on. Just give you a closer look at the mounted on cannon. Looks like to be a laser cannon. That rotates all the way around. And can point up to a certain degree. You also have the handlebars where the figure can hold on to, that rotate around as well. I don't know how the figure would actually steer this dinosaur. Maybe it's something's implanted on the creature itself. Use your imagination. Somehow sending signals to the creature to steer him either left or right. Or it's possibly used to aim the cannon. I'd imagine you'd have some kind of LCD or LED screen there with a target in the middle, which would allow you to rotate the cannon accordingly and aim it and fire it. That's possibly another way this would work. You'd place the figure like so. I guess his legs would just hang off freely. As he would stream through the water. And with his faceplate, you will notice there's an antenna there. So maybe that's used to somehow electronically communicate. From the rider to the creature. I'm just taking a guess here as to how things would work. There's nothing really written up in the bio as to how the rider would ride the creature. But yeah, I guess you can either use your imagination or just take a guess as what I'm doing here. But definitely that antenna there on his faceplate would be used for, you know, I'm guessing for some type of communication between the rider and the beast. I could be wrong, I don't know. And here's a quick comparison shot with the other deluxe beasts in the wave, just to give you a rough idea of how they all scale together. So yeah, basically the mammoth and the triceratops a lot heavier. There's definitely a big weight difference here. Although these guys were all the same price, $20, 20 Australian dollars here in Australia. So you can compare that to the States. You guys watching in the States or anywhere else around the world, let me know how much these guys set you back. But they went for $20 Australian from where I purchased them from. But yeah, no complaints really. No disappointments at all. I am very happy with this wave, and I believe that rounds up the deluxe figures from what I know. I don't think there's any more. I do have one more of the smaller figures in the wave yet to review. That comes with the Titan figure. So we'll be having a look at that shortly as well. And yeah, that wraps up this video. Thanks for all your viewing, all your subscriptions, all your comments, and some nice advice from some of the viewers as well. I really appreciate that. And hopefully there'll be more. We're getting a few more subscribers. The channel is growing, I will continue on uploading more videos, and hopefully there's enough viewers out there that enjoy what I'm doing, and I'll continue on. But for now, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.